So it's almost Thanksgiving, and I have seen a ton of fake turkeys, furkeys, tofurkey recipes all over the internet. Everything from seitan to cauliflower, and I've even seen some cabbage recipes for having a fake turkey on your table during your Thanksgiving feast. Now, I was thinking about making my own, but I decided just to buy all of the turkey replacements that I can find, and I'm also gonna test those two popular recipes that have been flying around, the cabbage turkey and the cauliflower turkey, and see what is the best turkey. Now, I was able to find quite a few. I ended up picking up 2 fake turkeys from Gardein. Now, both of these are their stuffed turkey and their holiday roast. Now, these both look pretty good. They both look pretty simple. I was also able to find the tofurkey plant-based roast. This looks pretty cool. I'm really excited to see how this does. I've never had any of these. I ended up picking up the field roast hazelnut cranberry roast. And like I said, I got a cauliflower and some cabbage. So let's get making these. Let's throw them together, throw them in the oven, and then we'll do a taste test. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna make the brine, the gravy, I guess you would say, that's gonna cover the cauliflower and the cabbage. I'll leave the recipes that inspired both of these in the description below, but I'm just gonna make like a really simple brine just to pour over and kind of brown these up. So for the brine, we're just gonna start with some vegan butter. Use the vegan butter of your choice. It's all gonna work pretty well. I need quite a bit of it, so I'm thinking like 8 tablespoons. Just use a bit of liquid smoke. Touch of some maple syrup. I'm gonna use a bit of some poultry seasoning here. And then just for fun, I'm just gonna throw a little sprig of some thyme and rosemary. And this is gonna be our flavoring broth. I can tell you, it already smells like Thanksgiving. And then just to top it off, I'm just gonna drop in a touch of vegetable broth. So I'm just gonna add this to a bowl with those herbs already in there. Now we're gonna be using this skillet. I think it's good, it's fine. And then all we're gonna do for the cabbage is just remove this top layer and then kind of just chop off the stem, just real flat, like a flat base for this to lay down on. So at this point, we're just gonna set this upside down. Then using a turkey baster, just get some of that juice and then make sure that it gets down inside of these leaves, because that's what's gonna really make the flavor of this work from what I'm reading. And we're just gonna flip this guy over, and I'm just gonna use a brush to kind of just brush the whole top of this and make sure it's completely coated. So now all we're gonna be doing is taking some aluminum foil, covering this guy up, and then we're gonna repeat the same process with the cauliflower. Now, both of these need to go in the oven at around 425 degrees for about an hour or so. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roast them for about 30 minutes, pull the covers off, and then let them roast until they're browned and finished. And when I go to uncover these, I'm gonna remove them to the bottom rack, and I'm gonna cook all of these at the same time. But when I come back, we're gonna have all of these ready to go. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and these guys are all cooked, they're all roasted, they're all done. Now the really cool thing is the Gardein ones came with their own gravy, and so did the tofurkey. I didn't make a gravy for mine, for these recipes, and the field roast didn't come with a gravy. So we're gonna start with the small Gardein. This one looks really cool, has stuffing on the inside, and I will say the texture of that looks very turkey-like. Now I'm going to use the gravy that came with the Gardein because they're both the same gravies. Give it a little bit of a dip. Wow, wow. Wow, 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 that was good. Let me try it without the gravy, because I will say that gravy is pretty friggin' good. So the little Gardein turkey, the meat is very meat-like, has a very nice turkey-like texture, very nice turkey-like texture. It's very juicy, and the stuffing is like a cranberry kind of stuffing that has a really nice stuffing inside. I really like the stuffing. But this one gets a 5 out of 5 turkeys for ease of use. Threw it in the oven, made the gravy in the microwave, came together really quick, about 30 minutes total for this one. As far as look, it's gonna get 4 out of 5 turkeys on the look, simply because the meat inside definitely looks like turkey meat. Like if somebody were to just give me this with stuffing, I would eat it not thinking twice about that. This has a very nice poultry-like taste. It has a really great flavor. I'm really appreciating the flavor. It's getting the 5 out of 5 turkeys on the flavor as well. Smashed it. So let's just move on to the big Gardein. I think it's gonna be pretty similar. Let's pop it open, see what it looks like. I think it's gonna have a lot of similar flavors and characteristics. I believe it's the same thing. I'm not 100% sure. Took a little bit longer to make, but other than that, it was still pretty easy. This gravy is good. This is a good gravy. Same thing. Same great consistency, wildly good. 5 out of 5 turkeys on ease, super easy to cook. The same 4 out of 5 on the look because it doesn't look like a turkey, but the meat does get pretty dang close. I mean, very impressive on their textures. 5 out of 5 on the taste. I love the taste of it. This is just really good. Moving right along, let's check out everybody's favorite, the tofurkey roast. Pretty excited. A little tough to get into, honestly. A little nervous about breaking my plate, so I'm just gonna remove it off the plate here. Wow, not what I was expecting. So as far as ease of cooking on this one, it's gonna get a 3 out of 5. You have to make your own basting for this one, and it has a little bit more monitoring. It needs to be wrapped up, it needs to be basted mid-cook, a little bit more tough to cut. I'm not really happy about how tough this is to cut. Break the plate. Yeah, the outside definitely got rubbery. Not really pleased about that. So the texture of the meat is pretty nice. There is kind of like a tofu-y type of taste to it. I don't mind tofu, but it's not what I want in a turkey. Now the texture is really nice, but the flavors are a bit off. But the outside of this, it has like a crunch to it, like a little bit of a crisp, and it is very bread-like. This one kind of tastes like a soy product. This one kind of tastes like a fake meat. The taste, I'm gonna give it a 3 out of 3 turkeys. And the look, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 3. It does have a nice look to it. Because of the taste, you're definitely not gonna fool anybody. Now, last up on the store-bought versions, let's check out the field roast and see what the field roast is like. I'm really excited to see this one. Now, I will say the field roast has like almost like a sausage type of smell pouring out of it. That's not expected at all. And as far as the field roast, it was really easy to do. 5 out of 5 of turkeys. Let's take a look at it. Now the look is not what I expected at all. Let's give it a bite here. Okay, this is very good. I can see what field roast did was they weren't going for the turkey. They were just going for a meat texture, a meat kind of protein thing to have on the table with very holiday-like flavors. I love the taste of this. This is getting 5 turkeys. Doesn't taste like turkey, but for overall taste, it's really, really good. And as far as look is concerned, I would say this has like a nice meat look to it, but it's more like a sausage and you're really not gonna fool anybody with this. For a holiday meat, I'm just gonna have to give it 1 turkey because it doesn't have any of that holiday meat look to it as far as a turkey. I never saw anything like this on my holiday table. Now the cauliflower was on the table last year for a lot of people. This is a really simple recipe. You do have to make your own broth, so it's gonna get 3 out of 5 turkeys for ease. That's good. I mean, that's really good, but it is 100% a cauliflower. No mistake in the look for me. As far as taste, it is good. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 turkeys. But as far as look, it's getting 1 out of 5 turkeys. It doesn't look like a turkey or any sort of meat replacement at all. Actually, it's not even this is getting 0 turkeys because this is an appetizer. This is cauliflower. And then the furkey replacement that's been all over the internet this year, the roasted cabbage turkey. I just don't see how this is gonna work, honestly. So this one gets the same ease rating as the cauliflower. It's gonna get 3 out of 5 turkeys, but it definitely doesn't look like a turkey, not at all. 0 out of 5 turkeys. It's good. The seasoning's good, the flavor of it's good. I'm gonna give it 4 out of 5 turkeys. It is pretty good. I'm gonna give it 3 out of 5 turkeys. It's not great. This one's an appetizer. Put it on your table as an appetizer. Don't have this as your main dish, unless, you know, that's your cup of tea. So by far, I'm gonna say the Gardein holiday roast, this thing beats it hands down. The gravy's really good, the texture's good, the look of it's good. This is great. I love this. This would be fun to just have as far as leftovers because you could do all the same things with this that you would do with like turkey. Gardein wins the Furky Turkey 2019 taste test, in my opinion. I'm probably gonna slice this up and have it as a moist maker sandwich tomorrow because the stuffing has everything that you would want in a holiday stuffing. I love it. If you haven't yet, make sure you click the subscribe button and click this video right here. This is gonna be another one of my taste tests. Happy Thanksgiving, gang. I just wanted to say really quick before I leave that I'm thankful for you. Because of you, I've been able to make this show. I hope you all have a happy Thanksgiving and let me know in the comments down below what you're thankful for.